All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat number one, Ed Sr. and John Barry have the front row. Brian Hewitt, Edmund Jones are on the second row. Scott Snodgrass, Cody Kennedy has the third row. Andrew Thornton rounds out the field for heat number one. Hey, good evening, Scott. Good luck, buddy. Matt, I'd really rather not look at the back of your car. Pace car rolls out. John Barry, Ed Sr. out front for Heat 1. We've seen Ed Sr. get multiple Heat wins over the last couple of seasons. Pace car is in. Could he do it again tonight? Green flag in the air in Iowa. Senior big run into turn one. John Barry drifted up the track there, 3 wide. Mid-pack, 3 wide as Cody Kennedy up top trying to make the move to the front. Cody Kennedy, a big move early on. Oh, that got tight. Kennedy down to the middle. Cody Kennedy making some gutsy moves. He has taken the lead. Yeah, envy it really is. John Barry, Edmund Jones battling for second. Scott Snodgrass not far behind. Out front, though, Cody Kennedy trying to pull away. Andrew Thornton had a rough start, but just set the fastest lap. Back in 7th place. And he is the only driver to break the 23-second barrier so far. He definitely did. Cody Kennedy did walk through this field like they were not here. Now the battle is on for third as Scott on the attack down at the bottom. Edmund Jones just set the fastest lap, trying to close back in on Kennedy. Edmund closing in little by little. 2 laps to go for Cody. Edmund catching right back up to his back bumper. John Barry, Scott Snodgrass getting single file. They're closing in, but white flag is in the air one more time around. Cody about to have his hands full down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4, Edmund doesn't have a run. Cody Kennedy wins heat number 1. Edmund Jones coming home in second. John Barry in third. On to heat number 2, Kyle McRick and Martin The points leader starts up front next to Vern Spring. Matt Moniak, Chance Maderick on the second row. Ryan McDaniels, Richie Joplin on the third row. David Lux rounds out the field. Drivers taking to the grid, just waiting on one or two more. Storkson just here for the beer. I hope you brought enough for everybody, bud. McRecken is already taken off. Does look like he will be dropping to the tail end. It's McRecken doing McRecken things. That will move Matt Moniak to the front row. I know I'm going to regret this, but oh, good Lord. That is not going away anytime soon. Kenny, on second thought, I'll pass.
So, Doug, I have a question for you.
What?
Are you going to make Make-A-Wishes night?
No.
He's a dying child.
No, he's
okay?
not. He's neither dying or a child, so yeah.
Hey, he's a child in his mind, okay?
Well, he is childish, I'll give him that.
Doug, we love you, buddy.
Go away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, obviously Edmund dropping by to have a little fun. It is time to go racing. And I'm so sorry to break Moniak's heart, but no. Just no. Here we go. Pace car about to drop in. Moniak in control. Green flag in the air. Into turn one. Moniak quickly clears traffic. Chance Maderick pulling the same move we saw in Heat 1. He goes to the high side, picks up several spots. Richie Joplin making the move on the bottom. Ethan Wolf predicting Maderick to finish last in Heat 2. Vern Spring sits back in fourth. David Lux in fifth. McRecken back in sixth. McDaniels in seventh. Richie Joplin in third. Holy cow! Chance and Moniak almost get together. Maderick down the back straightaway ends up down on the apron. Comes back up, there was contact with Vern. Everybody holds on. A series of great saves as now Richie Joplin looks underneath. Envy, unfortunately, yes he is. Ethan Wolf will be returning very soon. He'll be back out on track teaching the rest of them how to get it done. David Lux looks under Vern Spring to take fourth. Moniak, meanwhile, out front, drifts up out of 2. Richie may have a run. Joplin down into turn 3, pulls the nose ahead. Down the back straightaway, or front stretch, 2 to go. They are dead even. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, still dead even. Chance Maverick working right behind. White flag is in the air. One more time around. Who's it gonna be? Moniak fighting. Whoa, what the heck? Out of turn 4, Richie Joplin will pull it off. Wow, what a close finish. Richie wins Heat 2. Envy glorious is not the word I would use. John, it definitely has been some great racing so far. Now the drivers go out for warm-up. I expect this will be cut down to 5 minutes. The 15 minutes left over from 2 weeks ago when we celebrated the 3rd anniversary of Jones BS Racing. Envy glorious was not exactly the word I thought of. McRecken out on track. Remember, he did not get any practice or qualifying laps. Barely made it in time for his heat.
Hey, Doug.
Hello, Matt.
I'm glad you love the paint, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Love is not the word I was thinking.
You are right. We are only going to do 5 minutes of warm-up. Or 5 minutes of warm-up, and we will advance.
Okay, now my real question is, did you actually, the rumor was you did not see the paint before tonight.
I saw it last night briefly, and I thought it was the greatest thing on earth.
Well, you are wrong, and Austin Ruskoff is picking you to win tonight, but...
I don't know why he would do that, but I'll try my best.
Well, good luck, and, well, actually, I'm not wishing you good luck in that paint scheme.
Well, there's our fearless leader here.
Oh, my goodness. Now, Edmund's coming to join us.
So, Doug, a little bit of the paint needs to be explained here, too. Because it's not just honoring you and Make-A-Wish. There's also another special guest on that paint. And you know him really well. It's Austin Edwards.
Ah.
So if you look at the side, it's Austin Edwards in his great wisdom down in Vegas doing some unspeakable things.
That makes perfect sense. Austin Edwards doing unspeakable things.
Austin, we love you. Save the gay frogs, buddy.
Oh my God. You too. You're gone. Bye-bye. My goodness. Good evening to everybody who just hopped in. As you heard, they will be advancing in just over a minute. Jacob Morgan picking Ryan McDaniels for the win. Cody, I do not know how you saved that either. And Richie, that was one heck of a battle. Looks like the vast majority of drivers have come out for warm-up.
Hello, Doug. How's intermission going?
Oh my gosh, are you all just coming to stalk me tonight?
No, it's been a while since I've been up here.
This is true, but first we had Edmund, then we had Moniac, now we have you.
Well, the first two I can't help you with. You pick your own company.
I did not pick them, so how you feeling about tonight, buddy?
Oh, I love Iowa, man. It doesn't matter what we're running. It's always fun.
Well, good luck tonight. Hopefully you can keep her out of trouble.
We'll try. You know, I might be able to do something about that horrendous monstrosity Moniac's driving, too.
Yeah, if you get the opportunity, put it in the wall.
Put it on the podium.
No.
Got it.
Wall.
Are you sure? I kind of feel like it deserves some airtime. I think Eddie worked hard on that.
Oh, good luck, Andrew.
I mean, I'll try. Thanks.
All the admins coming to join the party tonight. Envy, I think you're kind of right on that. We'll see how it plays out. Warm-up comes to a close. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have been waiting for, the feature at Iowa. Cody Kennedy and Richie Joplin on the front row. Edmund Jones and Matt Moniac on the second. John Berry, Chance Maderick have the third row. Scott Snodgrass, David Lux on the fourth. Brian Hewitt and Vern Spring round out the top 10. Andrew Thornton starting in 11th next to Kyle McRick Martin in 12th. Ed Sr. in 13th. Ryan McDaniels rounds out the 14-car field here tonight. And it does appear Cody Kennedy has the biggest cheering section here tonight as well. Jacob, they do not have full-time race control, but 3 or 4 of the admins are on track working together. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. The feature event at Iowa is underway. Richie on the high side, Cody on the bottom. Moniac was looking to the middle briefly through 1 and 2. Chance Maderick on the move for a little blink out of Richie. Vern Spring starting to move forward. Kyle Martin already up into the top 10. McRicken cutting his way through the field. Richie Joplin has cleared into the lead. Edmund Jones to the high side for second. Ryan McDaniels had a problem. Looks like he has saved it. We'll keep going. We talk about the exit of 4 here being really loose, and when you get the apron, it gets worse. Ryan gets a little bit of the apron, goes through the infield, but gets her back up on track. David Lux in 6 has the fastest lap so far. Richie Joplin has some breathing room, but from second on back, they're inches apart, nose to tail. Chance drifted up, almost got into David. That was close. Moniak keeps looking for a gap. Scott bringing a single file line back into that lead battle. Meanwhile, Richie Joplin out front has a 0.6 of a second lead at the moment. Cody Kennedy starting to nose ahead of Edmund Jones into 1. Edmund using that high line momentum. Wow, Moniak is going everywhere he can. Whoa, Moniak a little loose out of 4. Edmund Jones shoots to the bottom into 1. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Richie Joplin is loving what's happening in the mirror. He continues to extend his lead. Scott Snodgrass, John Barry now back with the lead pack. Andrew Thornton, Vern Spring battling back for 9th. McRecken in that second pack has drifted back to 12th. Surprised we are not seeing McRecken already up toward the front. Hey, good evening, Russell. Cody Kennedy has cleared. Now Moniak battling with Edmund. David Lux, Scott Snodgrass right behind. John Barry, Chance Maderick still lurking. Andrew Thornton starting to close in as McRecken back up to 10th. I see you didn't make it, Russell. You better be there Wednesday night. Cody Kennedy in second, trying to reel in the leader, Richie Joplin. Edmund Jones, Matt Moniak, still side by side. Scott now into 5th. David Lux in 6th. John Barry in 7th. Chance Maderick in 8th. Maderick looking to the high side on John Barry. That has allowed Andrew Thornton and McRecken to catch up. Richie's lead starting to shrink. It was right at a second just a few laps ago. Once Cody Kennedy, caution! Caution is out for the first time tonight. Edmund Jones involved. Edmund through 1 and 2 underneath Moniak. Oh, comes across Moniak's nose. Edmund, one heck of a wild ride, and he sticks the landing. Take a look at Moniak here. He gets hit a couple times. Andrew Thornton catches a piece of it. Brian Hewitt also got a piece of it. Several cars on pit road. Scott Snodgrass assumes the lead. John, hopefully you wore the brown pants. Scott Snodgrass, David Lux, Chance Maderick, John Berry, Vern Spring. Your top 5, Ed Sr., Ryan McDaniels, Cody Kennedy, Richie Joplin, and McRecken round out the top 10. The top 7 did not come to pit road. Everybody from Cody Kennedy on back has come in. Ed Sr., Ryan McDaniels, both up 7 spots. They are the 2 biggest movers so far. Sr. in 6th, Ryan in 7th. Should see lights go out and the drivers get 1 to green here. Lights are out on the pace car. Several fast cars in that top 7. Those drivers that just came to pit lane are going to have to work to get back to the front. Scott in control of the restart. Pace car is in. Scott fires there, away, green flag, back in the air. Down through 1 and 2, everybody makes it. A few cars kissing the wall. Richie Joplin sending it on the high side. Flies past Ryan McDaniel. Scott and Chance still out front. None of the fresh tires have made it that far yet. But Richie Joplin in 6th, McRecken in 7th. Chance Maderick looks underneath Scott. You know Chance Maderick's old saying, no fender, full sender. He is trying to full send it to the front. Scott may clear him through 1 and 2. Lux Lux looks to the high side. Richie Joplin closing in on the top 5, bringing McRecken with him. Things are definitely about to heat up as the fresh tires catch that lead pack. Cody Kennedy back in 8th, closing in. Brian McDaniel in 9th, Ed Sr. in 10th. Edmund Jones a lap down in 11th. Andrew Thornton a couple laps down in 12th. Moniak and Hewitt still on pit road. Richie Joplin looking underneath Vern Spring, making his way back into the top 5. Whoa! John Barry had a problem off turn 4. It got very, very close. Richie Joplin able to capitalize though, pulls up into 3rd. Kyle Martin not able to be where he... Oh! David Lux washes up the track. Out of 4, Lux is loose. What a save by David Lux. Keep an eye on that green and black, David Lux's car. Through 1 and 2, heading down the back straightaway. When he comes out of turn 4, things about to get wild. Through 3 and 4, he is loose. Washes way up the track, and then the bump off of Barry. Drifts it into 1 and 2 and saves it. Scott still out front, Chance in 2nd. Richie Joplin in the 3rd, John Barry in 4th, McRecken now to 5th. David Lux back in 6th, Cody Kennedy in 7th. Ryan McDaniel in 8th, Vern Spring in 9th. Ed Sr. holds on in 10th. Edmund has gone to pit road. This is an unexpected pit stop. Chance still looking for a way past Scott. He shoots to the inside into 1 and 2. Chance has a run down the back straightaway. Richie Joplin right behind him. The top 5 all under a blanket right now. Now Richie on those 4 fresh tires on the attack. Whoa! Richie drifted up just a little bit. Might have had a little bit of contact with Scott. Oh, Barry gets under Richie. Both of them manage to save it, but lose a lot of ground. Great save by both drivers. Richie now drops back to 4th. John Barry in 6th as Cody Kennedy goes by and reclaims 5th. Chance Maderick, though, now out front. David Lux and Ryan McDaniel have had problems back behind. No caution.
Well, Doug, since I am out of this race, I'm going to come up here, hang out with you, and ask for my money for taking out Pontiac.
There was no money involved. Let's take.
And that's not. Hey, we'll keep it away from Angie, but we'll be talking later, all right?
Okay. Looks like out of 4, Lux and McDaniel got together. And yeah, looks like Lux may have come down. Or I'm sorry, Lux came up. Ryan came down. They meet in the middle.
Both guys did get going, and it was at the back of the pack. It's just a normal night of Lux just losing that talent.
Chance still up front. Scott in 2nd. McRecken now to 3rd. After the chaos that put Richie back, and Cody Kennedy now looking underneath Richie, trying to reclaim 4th.
You know, Richie, Cody, and John Barry, they're all looking for that caution right now. Iowa creates some crazy racing, and we do have someone named McRecken in the field. They might get it, as McRecken already looking to make that move up into 2nd, Doug.
McRecken definitely looking underneath Scott for 2nd place, and he may try and get the 2-for-1. Chance shuts the door. But out of 4, McRecken may have the run. We know he is not afraid to send it as deep into the turn as possible to clear, and might actually do it. Just barely.
He clears it by inches there. Man, it's such a hard thing to keep it on that low line coming out of 2. You got that bump that if you just hit it wrong, you're just shooting up, and I think that's actually what happened there.
Could very well be. It was definitely a very, very close call for both drivers. Kyle now up 10 spots into 2nd. Chance, though, still holding on to the lead, but Kyle, fresh tires, Chance on his original set.
Now, we talked before the race. On my fuel, there was 71 laps of fuel. This is an 80-lap race. We did state to everybody that they probably are going to have to take some sort of fuel during this race. The question is, did Chance pull an Austin Edwards and save enough fuel on that caution to make it all the way to the end? I bet that's what he's gambling on right now.
He's gambling on that or another caution before it's all said and done. And Scott looking back to the inside of McRecken, anything could happen, plus that battle back behind with Cody, Richie, and John. And anything, there's still so much that could go wrong here, and that caution is definitely extended how far he can go.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how much fuel saving he's still trying to do as he's trying to hold off those 2 very hungry drivers behind him.
Well, it looked like Scott had a run underneath Kyle. He moved to the bottom. Kyle almost gets to the high side on him. Chance doing everything he can to keep him in the mirror. But Kyle does have fresher tires. I have to wonder how much longer Chance can hold him off with 30 to go.
30 to go. McRecken is actually playing it pretty patiently. As I say that, he looks to the outside. But he might be able to high side hustle his way here. Coming off 2, it's going to be really difficult. Doesn't look like he's going to get the run. And Chance does slam that door.
Oh! Oh, Chance might save it with the big drift out of 4. No, he is off in the grass. Caution is out. Man, he was saving that thing for half a mile around this track.
I didn't want to throw that caution, but seeing as it was a multi-car incident here, we'll throw it, let Chance come back out here, and maybe he can save enough fuel to make it to the end.
Well, let's take a look at that incident yet again. See if we can look at it from the chopper. There's Chance leading him into turn 3. McRecken just drives into his bumper. Chance almost had it saved. Scott comes up just a hair, just enough to send him all the way around onto that little road in front of pit road. Chance gets her rolling again. He stays in the fight. And the fans at home will note and be happy, Cody Kennedy is now in the lead. Hey, good evening, Tina. So Cody Kennedy takes the lead under the caution.
Might sitting duck. Looks like the majority of the guys that did go down pit road are taking fresh rubber. That's going to put Richie Joplin back up there. He's been fast all night.
Well, Cody did take tires on that last caution at lap 17. And we saw how long Chance was able to hold Kyle off on his original rubber. So anything is possible here.
Possible, but Cody has quite a bit more on his tires right now than what Chance did. The dark horse in here is always Snodgrass. I would be ecstatic to see him get his first JVSRL tour mod victory up here.
It would be. It's been a long time coming, and I've raced Scott long enough to know he knows in these short tracks like this, he knows how to pull it out at the last minute. You never count Scott out on a short track.
No, you don't, and I can't speak enough good things about him and Becky as well. Seeing the growth, especially with these short tracks, and having both of them come out here has been an amazing time. And I can't wait to see Becky jump up here to the showdown, hopefully next season.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun, and we know if they have an accident together, we know history has taught us that it is always Scott's fault, and he will sleep outside. Chance Maddox says he has been close to winning here, but not yet. Tonight could be the night. He's currently back there in 4th. Ryan McDaniel's also up 7 spots into 7th. And he is finally back on fresh tires. It is really, there's 9 cars on the lead lap. It is anybody's race that is currently on the lead lap. They'll have right at 25 laps to go when the green drops.
You can really identify this race as a super speedway, similar to last night's SMH race at Daytona. And I'm sorry, SMH or SMR? SMR. Yes. Austin, I know you're watching, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm new to the league. Please forgive me. But
don't do it, Austin.
there's a little bit less of the aerodynamics in play than there was at Daytona, but you do catch a little bit of a draft with these tour mods, and you are almost flat out. I'd say probably 95% of the lap, you are flat out on that throttle. It's really going to be who can get these early positions on this restart, because it's a lot easier to pass on the restart than it is during the actual green flag run.
Yep, and here we go. Green flag back in the air. Cody yeets it off the line. Ryan McDaniel said he only took 2 tires, right sides only. Could be a dramatic change in handling that could get it done. Envy it definitely. Cody definitely has an advantage here. Scott trying to reel him back in. Chance coming with him. Richie is there. And John Barry just took 5th.
That's the battle I'm watching between Chance and Richie. Both drivers hungry for a win. They haven't had a win in a little bit. I believe Richie having the most recent one out of the 2 at Hickory. And Richie wants it. He is driving like a madman to try to get around Chance just to get onto that podium tonight.
Chance, man, he will take all the chances like he just did to make the pass. Inches apart when he came up the track again.
Definitely 2 great battles to watch between the top 2 and then 3rd and 4th. And then even back here in 5th and 6th, you have Barry and Lux duking it out. It's going to be interesting to see if Brecken can come back from that EOL and get back up through the field.
Well, here's an interesting note. Scott just set the fastest lap of the race and is now looking underneath Cody. He wants the win. At the line, it is Scott by 1/1000th of a second. Wow.
He's going to pull Chance with him. That's going to put Cody in a compromised position on that high side. But Scott's going to have to defend from Chance. It's going to be one of the hardest guys on this track to defend from tonight.
Yeah, definitely so. And while they are battling and defending, David Lux, Kyle Martin, Ryan McDaniel, all closing in. John Barry has gathered her up, and he is coming as well. Boy, Scott has his hands full here. And wow, Richie and Cody, these are 2 guys that have raced together for years. The only reason you can see them going around this track inches apart like that because they trust each other so much.
They trust each other, they know how each other races, and they know both of them are not going to give an absolute inch anytime during this race. It's always fun watching those 2.
It definitely is. Richie is closing in on the top 2. Chance shoots to the bottom underneath Scott. Chance sends it deep. Whoa! A
little bit of contact there.
Yep, and Chance to the lead. And you know it's been a while for him. Scott shoots back to the bottom. He can't get it done, and now Richie has a run up top, and Lux is back in the picture.
He's back in it, but look, just about 5 car lengths behind them, it is Kyle making his way back up. Once he jumps in this fold, you never know what's going to happen, and we might have a signature JBSRL finish of a green-white checkered again.
We could very well, because McCracken does do McCracken things.
Oh, Scott's in the wall.
Oh!
He scrubbed a bunch of speed down the straightaway. That's going to give Lux up to 3rd, drop him back into 5th.
And now he's got Kyle right on his bumper. John Barry closing in as well. Things are about to get, man, they are about to get even hotter. 14 laps to go. And about 6 cars who could still pull off the win here. Scott looking underneath Cody Kennedy. Kyle may have pushed him into 3.
That's exactly what's happening. Is Kyle's playing the old bump draft down in Iowa in the tour mods. It's not a fun thing to do.
No. Bump drafting in these cars anywhere is not fun. But when you're talking about a bumpy track like this, and these cars do not have a whole lot of give in them, it gets a little sketchy. Hewitt has gone back to pit road. And Lux now on the up to 3rd, right behind Richie.
Richie's sitting there in a Michigan sandwich between Chance and Lux. You know, Lux and Chance want that 1-2. The question is, who is going to be the 1 and 2? They're going to have to duke it out.
They definitely are. And they're going to have to drive defensively. Lux back there going to have to watch. Scott closing back in. Cody's coming. Kyle's coming. John is coming. Ryan about 1.3 seconds back, maybe out of contention with 10 to go as Lux looks for second. Whoa!
Contact between Lux and Richie.
Lux just snapped up the track into Richie. Let's take another look at that one.
Saved by Joplin to even be still on the track right now.
There's Lux looking underneath Richie into turn 1. Richie losing it. I don't know if Lux just got a hair bit of the apron, but he shoots up the track. Scott able to capitalize on that incident.
Great driving by everybody there. Hey, like, holy cow, these guys, the caliber of racing this season has been amazing, and I love seeing these guys battling it out. There is contact, but they're clean, and everybody's saving the car, everybody's racing hard. It's been wonderful to watch.
Well, Chance Maddock now has a 1 second lead over Lux, but Lux starting to close the gap. McRecken now to 3rd, Scott up into 4th, and John Berry in 5th. Richie, after catching the wall, lost quite a bit of ground, back to 6th. And Cody Kennedy has faded to 8th. Chance will get 5 laps to go, this time by 0.7 of a second is the lead at the moment. McRecken in 3rd, right on Lux's bumper. John Berry starting to look underneath Scott. And Richie back in the picture. Chance throwing everything he can, trying to hold on to it. It has been a while since Maddock has been to victory lane. Could tonight be the night? Lux and Martin now just over half a second behind.
You're seeing a very signature Kyle Martin move that I have felt so many times in XCal at super speedways. It is the beat your bumper off and we're going to go catch the leader trick.
He is definitely doing that, and it has definitely worked. 2 laps to go, though, for Chance Maddock. Can he get it done here tonight? Started back in 6 and has avoided most of the chaos to make his way up front out of 2. The gap 0.4 of a second. Through 3 and 4, he'll see the white flag in the air one more time around. McRecken goes for 2nd under Lux.
And now the gloves come off. They're going to duke it out for second. They know there's no way of getting the chance. Luck's trying to overdrive it. Does tap the wall, but McRecken is going to get him at the line.
Oh! Chance
Take a
Matter
little swipe there.
Chance Matter gets the win, and Luck's trying to take McRecken out right before the start-finish line. What a finish. It has...
Well done.
Do what?
Thank you for letting me come up in the broadcast booth with you, buddy. We love you. I wish I was out on track, but hey, I took out your Jar Jar face. We'll discuss money later.
Yeah, okay.
I'll let you get to the interviews, buddy.
All right, man. Catch you later. Well, David Lux comes home in third. David, congratulations. You come home in third place, and a half a lap sooner, had you made that last lap move, you might have taken second. David, you got... Oh, there you are.
Yep. Sorry.
We saw you make that move on the last lap, coming to the start-finish line, trying to grab Kyle.
No, man. I just want to apologize to John and Richie. Richie, I was on the apron, bud. Trying to save it. Didn't mean to hit you.
It was definitely a wild, wild race tonight, but man, another podium finish. A great job tonight.
Hey, Doug, that's 3 in a row. If you don't count a break.
Well, you know what? You need to get them to change your nickname because you're proving them wrong.
Well, until they look at the incident counts. But no, it was a tough race. Contact. I mean, that's how you got to pass here. It's basically bump and run, and hopefully they don't wreck. I mean, it sucks that I moved Richie that way. I didn't really want to, but car was sideways, and he was just on the outside. I'm sorry, bud.
Well, a great job. Congratulations, back on the podium.
Thank you, Doug.
McRecken coming home in second. McRecken, a second place finish, a wild, wild night after having to go to the back.
Yeah, that was quite the interesting one. Yeah, got in here a little too late. Didn't get the qualifying lap in, and then just came from the back in the heat race. Had some trouble there, but and had to start back in the feature. So I tried to do a little tire saving early, and it paid off until I got right into the rear bumper of Chance and sent him for a little loop-de-loop. But I guess that all worked out and good for him, and had to come back through the field. And me and Dave were chasing him down there in the last, 5 laps, nose to tail that we were. Man, we needed like 5 more laps. We would have had him.
Well, it still worked out perfectly. You come home in second. Hold on to the points lead. Congratulations, buddy.
Yes, thank you.
And finally, our winner who hasn't seen victory lane in quite a while, Chance Maderick back in victory lane. Man, it's been a while. Congratulations.
Thank you. This one was definitely on the list. I've came too close too many times to not win it.
Man, you definitely had your hands full, especially after that last restart. You were having to drive as much in the mirror as you were out the window.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was hoping for another caution. David and I were talking about strategy, and I was like, if I'm hoping for another caution just to get fuel and tires, just so I have X amount of laps fresher tires, and I didn't know I was going to be the caution, but that's how the cookie crumbled, I guess.
Well, sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear eats you. Fortunately, tonight, when the bear ate you, you came out the right way.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was. This car is going to be pretty wide. If David and McRecken would have caught me, I'd have made sure of that they wouldn't have got around me, at least in one piece.
Oh man, it was some great defensive driving. You get the job done back in victory lane. Long overdue. Congratulations, Chance.
Thank you.
Chance Maderick pulling off the win at Iowa. A great race. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. This race will be on YouTube later tonight as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, y'all.